Okay, inside of VW ID Buzz, testing the front-wheel drive version in Warsaw, Poland, Zasada, Volkswagen, and thank you for allowing us to test this vehicle that we are considering for our European fleet. And so I'll give the phone over to the colleague here, and we'll take it for a spin. So this is the only version, jedyna wersja w Polsce.
Tak.
Jakie są specyfikacje? What are the specs?
To jest akurat jedna z podstawowych specyfikacji, tak naprawdę.
Base version.
Jest tak naprawdę, różni się, można doposażać w postaci wiele systemów, elektryki w drzwiach, w bagażniku, ale tak naprawdę to wszystko spakietowane jest.
Front wheel drive, tak? Czyli przednie koła. Front wheel drive, bateria taka sama jak 4...
80, nie, tu jest bateria 82
82 kWh battery.
Jest to w granicach zasięgu 400-450 km.
Between 4 and 450 kilometers range. Okay, so here we go. So I'll pass on the phone. I think it's still rolling. Okay, świetnie. Here we go. So let's put on the... So lots of space everywhere. So this is, yeah, same as i3. So here we have the same gear shifter as in i3, same Volkswagen ID3, ID4, ID5, and this is ID Buzz. And so again, jaka jest moc silnika? What's the horsepower?
204 konie.
204 horsepower, front wheel drive, so basically the same as our ID4 in its front wheel drive version. I napęd na przednie koło jest? Tak?
Yes.
Front wheel drive.
Na tylne.
Oh, sorry, rear wheel drive. Yes, but the other ID4, ID3 is also rear wheel drive. So yeah, I just cancel.
Okay.
Okay. So we're in drive. So and we in B, żeby to B to jest maximum regen.
Tak,
okay.
I wtedy on sobie odzyskuje energię.
Super. Okay. Wow, I feel like driving a bus. It is a bus. Crazy. So here we go, guys, driving the ID Buzz that will be arriving, but not for another year or two in North America, and it will be in extended for a long wheelbase version, all-wheel drive, 335 horsepower, and the rumors are that with much bigger battery, 111 kilowatt hours, perhaps up to that much. This one is 82 kilowatt hours. Dzisiaj można, to jest, yeah, the range is 80%, 304 kilometers. Gdzie można obserwować zużycie w kilometrach?
Zużycie obserwujemy zużycie tu, tylko on się nam pojawi,
i zniknie.
Jak będziemy jechać dalej, okay. To on się nam pojawiają się systemy i pojawia się zużycie,
rozumiem.
Tylko musimy zacząć jechać.
Jazdę, tak. So we have to start the drive and it'll calculate the consumption in kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers.
Jest. Zużycie w mieście jest na pograniczu w granicach 19 kW, 18,5. Poza miastem, w zależności od długości, od szybkości jazdy, waha się między 20 a 25.
So in the city around 19 kWh per 100 kilometers, on the highway 22, 23, yes?
Yes.
Yeah. Right?
Tak.
This thing is huge, guys. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Put down your deposit as soon as you can, because this thing is gonna fly off the shelves from the dealers, and it's gonna be a big hit. So even in this version, which is only rear-wheel drive, 200 horsepower, it's got a great pickup, very similar to ID4, and this thing. Może pan pokaże tam z tyłu i tam miejsca jest niesamowite ilość miejsca. The incredible amount of space. And you're sitting so high. In Europe, they will have most likely very soon a third row version, so a 7-seater, even in the current short wheelbase. But for North America, the launch will happen soon for the long wheelbase version, which will be all-wheel drive, with an all-wheel drive option at least, and 330 horsepower and bigger battery. But this is amazing. You have so much storage everywhere. You have the cup holders here. There you go. So the cup holders fold, so up and down. There you go. Fantastic, and so much storage here as well. It's ingenious. Wow, look at it. We're just passing by a GLE Mercedes and it feels small. It feels tiny in comparison. Yeah, this thing is huge. Wow, amazing. So we were thinking of bringing our i3 here to Europe, but it seems like we might be getting a new ID Buzz instead. So what is the price, jaka jest cena tutaj w Polsce na ID Buzz? Od ilu się zaczyna?
Zaczynamy od 240 netto.
240,000 zlotys divided by 3, it's gonna be about around $75,000 Canadian.
Taka maksymalna wersja to jest w granicach 280 netto.
And the top version is 280, so about 60,000 Canadian. So the prices might be a little bit cheaper in Canada, but not by much, because again, only likely the long wheelbase version will be sold. Typically, these cars are more expensive in Europe, and so expect that the price will start probably around 60 for Canada, depending on which version they're going to bring, whether it only all-wheel drive will make it, or whether they should bring the base rear-wheel drive version as well, because not everybody needs all-wheel drive. It's super, naprawdę. It's genius. Yeah, it drives. It feels large, feels safe. It's still quite. There's our consumption. Yeah. So we're now at 17 in city traffic, 16.9. So we've driven only 1 kilometer, but the consumption is very reasonable for such a huge car. It's big and heavy. Of course, if you load it up with people and goods, especially if you have a seven-seat version. So the drive modes, jakieś różne tryby jazdy, prawda? Są, czy jest ekonomiczny i tak dalej.
Tutaj przełączamy sobie.
Okay,
tutaj.
so we can switch to
I tu mamy
Eco.
tryby jazdy.
Okay, so we're gonna switch to Eco, and it still has a good pickup. Comfort, Sport, and Individual. There we go. And this is with the climate. Jest włączony, mamy klimat, prawda? Jest,
Tak,
jest,
klimatyzacja
jest
jest
okay, możemy włączyć. Yeah. Jeśli chodzi o te okna, to jest tak samo jak w ID4, czyli ten zmienne guziki trzeba zmienić z przodu. So the same idea as in
tylko
ID3.
tylne szyby się nie otwierają,
tylko
otwiera się tylko przód.
Okay, so only the front side windshield opens up, the rear ones are fixed, they don't open. Nie ma wersji, na razie z tym
z dachem nie, jeszcze nie ma.
There's no sunroof.
Dopiero ma wejść.
Yeah, there's a chance that there might come later, at a later point. So maybe the North American version will have a sunroof, but in Europe right now it's not sold with sunroof. So here we go. There's a big window that opens up.
Jak mamy miejsce, byśmy zjechali sobie tutaj maksymalnie do lewego pasa i pojedziemy tam górą.
Czyli na prawy pas?
Na prawy pas,
yeah,
tak.
Okay, so we're gonna hit the right lane. Even in eco mode.
I prosto z autobusem.
Yeah, follow the bus.
Yes.
Okay. Let's follow the bus. By the way, Warsaw has a lot of electric buses by Solaris, which is a Polish company that was sold to a Spanish company, but they are made in Poland, and it's called Solaris. I've seen a lot of electric buses in Warsaw, by the way, and this is where we are test driving. Not too many dealers have the ID4. I called like 3-4 dealers, and only you guys had it. So gratuluję, że macie w składzie, bo żaden inny dealer nie miał tego ID Buzza w ogóle. So if you're in Warsaw and you're planning to buy a car in Warsaw, in Poland, or in Europe, come to Volkswagen Zasada. It's on ulica Grochowska. And it's a great place, great service, and they do have ID Buzz that you can see and feel and test drive, which is amazing. The materials here are pretty good. So it looks like wood. It's probably fake wood. To jest chyba plastik, prawda?
Takie plastikopodobne.
Yeah, so this
Cały samochód jest, cała tapicerka, to wszystko jest wykonane z recyklingu. Tak?
Okay, so all recycled materials, but it looks very nice. It looks like wood. And it's very funky colors, like yellow here and with some rubber, so it's very modern look. A lot of recycled materials, so very environmentally friendly. Idziemy prosto,
Jest,
tak?
prosto.
Okay, so będziemy w prawo.
Zjedziemy sobie w prawo.
Yeah, this is genius. This is phenomenal. Yeah, and when you're sitting here as an i3, that's one of our cars. i3 to the left, and even though the i3 is pretty tall, it feels small in comparison. So the driving position is very similar to the Ford F-150, which we just drove. My robiliśmy test na F-150 elektryczny niedawno i też właśnie siedzi się bardzo wysoko, ale ma dużo mniej miejsca niż to. Even the F-150 we test drove, and we will publish the review soon, has less space than this Volkswagen ID Buzz. This is quite impressive. So definitely we're gonna hit the highway soon just to see how it feels on the highway. It is a rush hour in Warsaw on a Friday, so we might hit some traffic, but it's still gonna be good to get an idea of how this car feels on the highway. So here we go. Jest też tempomat z automatycznym dystansem.
To jest, zgadza się, wszystkie
standardowe.
Tak, w standardzie tu zjeżdżamy od razu sobie w prawo i zjedziemy bezpośrednio na lewy pas.
Na lewy pas, dobra. Okay, here we go. Very nice. Wow. Even in eco mode, czy możemy zmienić teraz na sportową modę, żeby tak po prostu czuć różnicę. So we're gonna switch to sport mode to feel the difference. Oh yeah. Wow, yeah, what a difference. So right away you get more kick, more power, more acceleration and everything, so we have to be careful to stay within the speed limits. But it feels very sure-footed on the highway. We're approaching a bridge. There's another bus. The regen in B mode is very strong, even though it's a heavy car. It decelerates quite strongly. There we go. So if I let go, regen, it brakes. I on się zatrzyma, prawda? W tym one pedal driving on.
Tak.
So it comes to full stop in B mode, which is what we love. So it is a true one pedal driving in this Volkswagen ID Buzz. Czy to jest rocznik 22 czy 23?
22 końcówka.
Okay. So right now they still have a few 2022s left over. Soon they're gonna switch over to 23s. Czy macie jeszcze jakieś, które są niesprzedane, które można kupić?
Nie, wszystko się wyprzedało. W tym momencie zamawiamy już na końcówkę 23.
Oh wow, okay. So this is a 22 model, but 23 is going to be identical. However, they are all sold out, so they've only kept the demo. And all the 23s are almost sold out. So if you're planning, and same will happen in Canada and the United States, you will have to wait a long time for this car. So do pre-order early. So here's a beautiful bridge in Warsaw. Jak się nazywa ten most?
A to jest most Poniatowskiego.
O, Poniatowskiego. O, to chyba był stary most kiedyś, a teraz jakoś go zupełnie przebudowali. So it's been totally rebuilt. That's not the way I remember it when I was a child growing up in Warsaw. It's been completely revamped and rebuilt. So all in all, ile mamy? To jest 80 jest tutaj to jest... Nie,
tak, 80.
80 jest. So we can go a little faster. Tam są chyba kamery, speed cameras, tak?
Nie, bo tu śmiało jest, tylko ewentualnie mogą się nieoznakowani pojawić.
Rozumiem. Czy u Was jest taka tolerancja, tak do 10 powyżej?
Powyżej tak do 15-20, dalej to już sobie sypią mandaty.
Tak, to do 90 może.
Tak.
So yeah, there's apparently a tolerance of about 10 km above speed limit. So to, żeby uruchomić ten
aktywny tempomat? Tutaj.
Okej.
Mamy tak i tak i tutaj sobie.
I auto steer, tak?
Tak.
Okay.
On teraz na przykład ma 100 km ustawione i będzie utrzymywał odległość od poprzedzającego pojazdu.
Tak, ale czy ma też automatyczne
line assist? Tak.
Line assist, ale nie takie automatyczne, zupełnie sterowanie?
Nie, zupełnie sterowanie nie. On będzie odbijał od pasa do pasa.
Okay.
Jeżeli będzie komunikował, że kierownicy nie przejmujemy, to sam zjedzie, włącza awaryjne i zatrzyma się na...
So basically it's not a full auto steer, it's a steer assist. And if you keep bouncing off the lanes, the car will pull over, turn on the flashers, and will stop on the side of the road. So it's a pretty good option to have. So you have basically a cruise control with adaptive and steer assist. So perhaps a full auto steer will come. Who knows? Maybe in North America, with the version will have the full auto steer. So far, this is just a steer assist. Very nice. And the screen chyba większy jest ekran niż w ID3 i ID4, prawda? Czy tak podobny?
Bardzo podobny, ten jest trochę większy. To jest właściwie największy możliwy. Aha. Tutaj większego już w ID Buzzie nie można zastosować, ale nie powiem panu, jaki jest w ID.
The screen seems to be bigger than in ID4 that we have in North America, so it's quite large. This is the largest screen available in slowing down. Is it adjusting?
Jest ograniczenie.
Okay, so the car automatically adjusts the speed to the speed limit, which is kind of nice. So that's exactly what our Audi e-tron does. It will change the speed down to adjust to the speed limit automatically, which is very nice. So you don't have to think about it. Just leave it in cruise control and it'll change the speed automatically, so you don't have to worry about red light cameras and speed cameras and cops with radars and all that stuff. So that's quite amazing. And again, on the highway we were going almost 100. It feels very sure-footed. You don't feel like you're driving, 2.5-ton electric car with a heavy battery. So we're hitting some traffic, so it will stop automatically.
On sam zatrzyma.
Sam zatrzyma, no właśnie. Trzymam nogę na pedale dwojczego. Just in case I'm keeping my foot on the pedal, but it's stopping nicely. Czy ma taką funkcję stop and go, czyli do pewnego momentu, do iluś tam sekund?
15 sekund będzie trzymał. Jeżeli po 15 sekundach pojawi się, że
ACC is gotowe. So ACC ready, and it's so for up to 15 seconds it will have a stop and go function. Beyond 15 seconds you have to tap the accelerator, czyli trzeba tylko lekko nacisnąć.
I on wtedy jeszcze raz się aktywuje sam.
Czyli na takim trafiku jak teraz jest ok, ale już na czerwonych światłach to trzeba...
Tak, to znaczy on sam się zatrzyma, ale do pewnego momentu później dalej będzie trzeba mu pokazać, że trzeba jechać.
So basically at stop and go traffic like we are hitting right now, it works quite well, but at the red light you may have to tap the accelerator to resume the drive. Well, this is fantastic. This is really nice. This is pretty good. So you have this, it changes over. Nice and big. You have the mirrors and the lights. Everything is there. Czy jak wyczuje, że właśnie, że się nie steruje, to będzie ostrzeżenie, prawda? Że
tak, będzie ostrzegał, jeżeli będzie najpierw kierownicą drga, później komendy wydaje jeszcze dźwiękowe, na koniec zatrzyma pojazd i włączy awaryjne i SOS.
Okay, so basically the auto steer, if it feels that you're not steering, it gives you a bunch of warnings. If you don't react, it's gonna turn on the flashers, it's gonna pull over to the side of the road, and it'll turn on the SOS reaction and call to the emergency center. To wtedy dzwoni do asystencji?
Na 112, na alarmowy i wtedy albo policja, karetka, w zależności jaka jest pierwsza instytucja.
So the SOS system does not call Volkswagen Assistance, it calls directly 911 and you're gonna direct them whether you want police, fire or ambulance.
Zjechali sobie na lewy pas.
Na lewy pas?
Będziemy dalej zjeżdżać. Szybciej nas tutaj przypuszcz.
Otworzymy, mu się ciepło robi. So yeah, so it's phenomenal. The car, the systems. Czyli jak długo się czeka jak się zamówi samochód?
Na pewno około 12 miesięcy.
So the wait list in Poland is already about 12 months, which means if you order it now, you're gonna get it by spring of 24, and the 23 models are almost sold out. So yeah, this is nice. It's quite nice. Czy to jest jedyny kolor, w którym można... Różne są opcje.
Różne. Dwukolorowe są 3 rodzaje. Ten jest biało-zielony, jeszcze można zamówić biało-pomarańczowy i biało-niebieski. Wtedy jest stosownie tapicerka, bo to akurat jest jasna tapicerka, a można zamówić tapicerkę dwukolorową, że będą przeszycia jasne, a środki będą stosownie do koloru.
Nice. So basically you have a few different color options. You have this yellow, you have a blue,
pomarańcz
and orange. Yeah, so basically it matches the exterior color. To jest tak samo kolor jak na zewnątrz po prostu,
tak,
prawda?
Tak.
So it matches the exterior color. And the two-tone, czy w standardzie jest ten dwukolorowy?
Nie, w standardzie jest jednokolorowy, za dwukolor dopłacamy.
So the standard is monochromatic, and then to get a two-tone, you pay extra. I to tak samo na zewnątrz, jak
Tak,
i w środku.
tak.
So the same for inside and same for outside. For the two-tone, and I think a lot of people will go for that option because it looks amazing, two-tone option. So to adjust the mirrors, it's basically like this. To się lusterka nastawia, tak?
Tak, tutaj przestawiamy, tylko ona się podświetla, tam ta gałka będzie się podświetlała na L, R bądź
rozumiem.
podgrzewanie.
Aha, okay, so ja muszę... O, jest, okay, now it works. Basically, so this is the left, then it should be the right. Oh, how do I open it?
Przekręcamy.
Rozumiem, okay. So I basically went too far, and in one position it folds the mirrors as well.
I tam na światłach będziemy sobie zawracać.
On your turn. Okay. Wow, this is great. This is really nice. Okay, so I think we're gonna cut the video so that we can talk in Polish. But if you have any questions about this car, let me know and I will ask those questions for you. Okay, thanks. Może pan nas